KZEW,
Morning.
the concert station at 7 before 9.
All right, country station we're not exactly, but just the same, it's always interesting maybe to occasionally check in on the antics of that country drooler, George Jones. Now, this past weekend he played a little gig down there in San Antonio. It didn't turn out very well for him. He made about 2,000 fans wait until about 11:30 before he finally did show up. And when he did, he went on stage and announced, "I'm drunk and I love you." You know that kind of guy? Tell you, that's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Yes. That's what I just said. Anyway, he's following that by falling on his face as he reached to pick up the microphone, quite down there. And he forgot the song, you know.
I love you, darling.
Yeah, I love you, baby.
I fall down a lot, though.
Yeah, well, here's this little sip of your beer, baby. Anyway, a strange thing. All the words of the songs, he couldn't remember them. He started repeating the ones he didn't know. The crowd didn't like that, and they started booing and leaving. And by the whole, the time the whole thing was over with, 450 people were left out of 2,000. All the others just went home, Jones was last seen leaving town on a motorcycle with his girlfriend on the back and a bottle of tequila in the sidecar heading for Amarillo.
I've watched them come together as a morning team, and the state of decline that they've hit since then has been remarkable. Degrading themselves to the point that they're at today. It's astounding to me that anyone can go so low in lack of humor.
The most unique in the country.
I consider myself very fortunate to be working with a couple of experienced professionals like they are.
6 in a row all day long on 98 KZEW. At least 6 in a row. Sometimes 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. You never can tell. It's 8 minutes before 9 o'clock right now. Labella and Rody.
You ever spend any time around women, you probably notice that a lot of them never have enough shoes. They always need more shoes, no matter what their situation, no matter how much money they have. They all are going to say, I need some shoes, always need shoes. A goodly number of times during the year, as a matter of fact, not just a couple of galoshes, in the wintertime or anything like that. Shoes for everything. Shoes for industry.
Famolari.
That's right.
Capizzios.
Anyway, that goes for the rich and famous, but for the sound of this recent glamour expose, they just don't sit around and talk about it. When they need shoes, they go directly to Tom McCann or maybe Fava and do something about it. For example, Dionne Warwick owns 300 pairs of shoes. Priscilla Barnes, a new Three's Company airhead, she has 150 pairs of shoes. 300 of them, count them. Yeah, and Linda Carter owns about 800 pair of boots. Dolly Parton would say only that she spends thousands of dollars a year on shoes. Shoe story.
Of all the music that you know, what would be the song that you would pick to describe John Rody and John Labella?
Goodness gracious.
Boy, that's a tough question.
Not That Funny by Fleetwood Mac.
Of all the songs in the world,
There's an old song by a group called Paper Lace, The Night Chicago Died, if you remember that. Truly bad tune, and it made #1 on the charts. And in that respect, they're like that song. They're in real poor taste. Not
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I don't know. That's what Rody said.
It makes sense, though.
This is Don Pardo. Some of the comments expressed on the Morning Zoo do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KZEW's management, its sponsors, or anyone not under the influence of hard drugs.